If you are thinking about moving to the Chapel Hill area here in the Triangle, this video is going to tell you all about some great neighborhood options around Chapel Hill, so stick around.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. I'm Zach. This is my beautiful wife, Cindy. I want to give a shout out to Cindy. Cindy is pregnant and today is her due date. And she is out here filming these videos. She is a very, very, very strong woman. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's really impressive. I would not be out here filming if I were you, but you are. So anyway, by the time y'all watch this, the baby will have come. But anyway.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. But anyway, thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you have not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner. And you can also hit the bell to be notified of every time we release a new video. That number on the screen, we put it there because we are licensed real estate brokers in the area, which means as much as we love to make these videos for you, we love to help you with your real estate needs even more. So feel free to reach out if you got any questions about the area or any questions about real estate in the area. We'd love to chat with you. But like Cindy said, today's video is on the top 5 neighborhoods in Chapel Hill. So with that being said, let's get after it. All right, the first neighborhood we're going to talk about is a neighborhood called Briar Chapel. So if you're looking at a map, it's on the south side of Chapel Hill, so south of the city. It's on the Chatham County side as well. So it's kind of, if you're driving there from Chapel Hill, it feels like it's in the country on the way out there. And it is a massive neighborhood. It's probably my favorite that we'll talk about today. The homes are a little closer together. It's mainly, newer built homes. I mean, the community's not that old at all. Its sister community is Wendell Falls on the other side of the triangle. It was developed by the same developer. Price points in Briar Chapel are going to be in the upper 5s. If you pull out attached homes, so townhomes, it brings you to an average in the low 6s, about, I think it was 633 on average for the detached homes in Briar Chapel.
And those are statistics from just the sales this year.
Yep, from the sales this year. So I think what makes Briar Chapel unique, kind of like Wendell Falls in another video we made, is it's just it's like country club living. I don't know any other way to describe it. Like people have golf carts.
Not ritzy though.
Yeah, not ritzy. There's another neighborhood we'll talk about that's I guess country club living in its truest form. But this is just more of like, it's just this relaxed atmosphere. The clubhouse, the pool is just really, it's just a lot of fun. Like there's fun slides, there's fun activities. There's parks that are all throughout the neighborhood. So when you're driving through the neighborhood, what'd you call them? Pocket parks?
Yeah, pocket parks.
Yeah, like pocket parks all throughout. So you'll drive past the park here and there's a park over there. And they're just like these small little grassy areas because yards aren't big. But the neighborhood provides these, common space areas that have play equipment on them. And, it's a really neat neighborhood.
Yeah. I think what makes it cool and what Zach means more by country club is just that it's amenity heavy. Yeah. So like just really family friendly. Feels more like what you would see like in a movie, where people are like walking everywhere, like growing up, I'd always see that and be like, how do these people walk to all these places? Like we just lived in the suburbs, but so it's kind of like, it feels like its own town.
Yeah, that's a good way
within the neighborhood. So it's really big, the neighborhood itself. And then like Zach said, I mean, there's like the main big pool with like all the slides and it's really cool. And then all the little pocket parks kind of throughout. So there's just a lot to do with your neighbors there, so it has a really good community feel. And something I think is really neat about Briar Chapel is there's actually like some of the local public schools are within the neighborhood, so you can actually walk. Yeah, you can walk to school, which is cool. Or take a short bus ride or whatever. So I think that's just really neat. And I love that about Briar Chapel. And like Zach mentioned, the houses are close together, which can be a downside for some people, but there are differing lot sizes. Like they have, like the more row homes where you enter in from the back, like where the driveway is. So those are like really close together. And then they have some where the garage is side or front facing, and those have a little more yard space, I would say. So there are options in there. Those obviously cost more, but they're really cute. They just have a lot of character to them, and it's a really well done neighborhood.
It is, and it's actually one of the cheaper neighborhoods that we will talk about today.
So the next neighborhood on our list is called Governor's Club, and this is kind of like a quintessential Chapel Hill neighborhood. I think like it's established, it's been around. I remember people talking about it when I was a kid. This one's definitely the more country club feel. I would say
this is country club in its like purest form. I guess.
So very luxury feeling. Just absolutely stunning
massive
neighborhood. Homes. It's a massive community, and the homes are huge. There are differing home sizes. You drive through and there's, there are homes in there that are 7,000 plus square feet, and then there are normal sized homes as well, but they're still going to have larger footprint and more of a luxury feel, not like a cookie cutter feel to them. Definitely very custom. But it's a golf course community, and it feels like a golf course. It is, and
the golf course is beautiful.
Community.
I mean, when you're driving through, the golf course is just, it's stunning. So
really pretty, just like pristine. And it's also on the Chatham County side of Chapel Hill, like the way Briar Chapel is. So that's kind of maybe a pro or a con depending on what you're looking for in a neighborhood, but it does feel a little more removed from the city. Being on the Chatham County side, it's definitely like going into the neighborhood from town, like you're like, where am I? Like this feels like kind of the middle of nowhere. And then when you get into the neighborhood, it actually kind of feels like mountainous, which is sort of bizarre.
It's very hilly.
Very hilly, but it makes it look so pretty because the houses will sit up, and it's just beautiful to drive through. And
it is a gated community as well. And it is on the south side of Chapel Hill as well, which is what Cindy was talking about as far as being on the Chatham County side. And the price points in the Governor's Club on average are, I think it was 1.1 million was the average, average price.
And the neighborhood is really big, so it's hard to say like, yes, every house in there is around $1 million, because they really change, because they're all custom homes. So some have these like huge luxury pools or 3 acres of land, and some have a 1/4 acre and don't have the pool. So the price points really can change. I think the lowest I saw in there this year was like $500,000, and it was kind of more of like a fixer-upper type of situation. And the most expensive was over $3 million, and it had 10,000 square feet and this huge pool, and it's crazy, but beautiful. So definitely a neighborhood worth checking out.
Yeah, for sure.
So next on our list is called Claremont. Claremont is on the opposite side of Chapel Hill than the first two we're talking about with Briar Chapel and Governor's Club. So it's on the Orange County side, which is what when you think of Chapel Hill, you're going to be thinking more about Orange County. So it's closer to like UNC's campus, and really good access to like Interstate 40. So if you needed to commute, this is like definitely more ease of commute than something like Briar Chapel probably would feel. But it is newer homes. I'd say the original part of the neighborhood, like most of the homes in there are about 10 to 15 years old.
And there's a brand new, or not a brand new section, but it looks
a newer section there. It was like houses built in like the last 5-ish years or so. So, they are they're not tiny, super close together like the Briar Chapel homes, but they don't have huge yards. But the houses are really nice in there. I felt like it had a lot of character and it was cute. But I think what I liked most about the neighborhood is there was a little greenway trail that like the people in the community, like the HOA, you would maintain that, and you get to use that, and little green spaces, and there is a pool there. Not as expansive as the Briar Chapel pool with all the water slides and everything, but a nice community pool. For sure. So if you're trying to be more on the Orange County side, closer to UNC, closer to the highway, Claremont could be a really good option. That newer section we were talking about is actually called Claremont South, and then there's like the original Claremont. So they might pop up differently in searches, but those were nice. And the averages in there, everything in that neighborhood is detached single family homes, and the averages in there were in the upper 800s. So a little pricier than Briar Chapel, but you have that location difference being on the Orange County side, closer to the highway, closer to the university. So, location.
And honestly, the average detached home in Chapel Hill is in the 7s.
Right.
So, So kind of puts it roughly at average. So.
Yeah, more of an average neighborhood.
Yeah. All right, next on the list is Meadowmont. So Meadowmont is on the east side of Chapel Hill. It's a really neat community. So I feel like I say this a lot, but every once in a while I drive through like a neighborhood that reminds me of Charleston, because I lived in Charleston for a brief time. And Meadowmont does. Like, there's these little courtyards all throughout the neighborhood that have, you know, these fountains, and it's very Charleston-like. It reminds me of part of the historic downtown portion of Charleston, where you just walk around, you see all these courtyards with fountains, and just really beautiful. But Meadowmont reminded me of that, and it's a really upscale feeling neighborhood. It shocked me because when I looked up the prices for Meadowmont, so the average is $1 million. Detached homes average in the mid nines, 950,000. And attached homes, so condos and townhomes, averaged 1.3. And that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's usually the opposite.
Yeah, normally it's the opposite here. Like, I could imagine a place like Miami, if it was like a beachfront condo or something, you know, you're gonna be paying more for that than you would, you know, maybe a detached home in a different part of Miami. But, you know, here that's not the norm. And so I was really surprised. But some of these attached homes, there was that one we were looking at, was sold for 1.7. I think it was 7,000. Yeah, 7,000 square feet. Townhome. Yeah, it was
4 floors with an elevator.
It was insane. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what's in Meadowmont. Yeah.
There's like a little shopping area and commercial space in there, and doctor's offices. So
yep.
I think it's
and
nice.
There's a YMCA within the community as well.
Yeah, where the pool is. So it is cool. Has a like Jack said, like the Charleston type feel. Yeah, it does have a different
very upscale.
Feel.
It's very upscale feel.
Right.
So I would say even more so than like Governor's Club, with the mansions in Governor's Club. It felt just like the trees. I don't know. It was neat. It was a neat little community, but definitely a lot more expensive than I would have pegged it to be just by driving through it. So.
Yeah.
All right, the last neighborhood on the list is called Southern Village. Southern Village is it feels like it's like a little town. There's like a little town square in Southern Village. At least that's what I would call it, kind of like the downtown square. It is this loop, and there's a bunch of shops, and there's doctor's offices, there's a grocery store, Weaver Street Market's there.
Yep.
There's a church, there's a movie theater. There's like this little courtyard area with a stage where they do like live music. Just it's really neat, honestly.
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
very
park.
cute.
Yeah, there's a park off to the side. Southern Village is, I'm gonna say, the heart of Chapel Hill, even though it's a little bit south. But it's the neighborhood that's the closest to downtown that we've talked about today. Quick access to UNC Hospital, quick access to the university. Southern Village is a great spot if you work in either of those locations. Price points, so the total average in Southern Village is low to mid fives. When you break that down between detached homes and attached homes are looking in like the mid sevens. Attached homes, so like condos and townhomes, are in the mid threes. And so there's a lot of townhomes or attached homes in Southern Village. There's a lot of those. So.
Yeah, definitely. Probably more than the detached homes that driving through. But it's nice because that little shopping center is very walkable to where like the townhomes and detached homes
you can walk to it. Yep.
And there is a pool there. And just super cute. Definitely worth a visit if you come into Chapel
It is. And there's a little coffee shop there that Cindy and I end up working at quite often. So
they have gelato.
They have gelato. So I'm not a big gelato fan.
I'm not a coffee fan, so it works out really good.
It does. Yep. So it is a good coffee shop. But yeah, Southern Village is a great option. You sure you're good?
Yeah,
like
I'm just
you're about
not.
to just like pass out. All right, thanks so much for tuning in to today's video. Like I said earlier, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner, and you can also hit the bell to be notified of every time we release a new video. That number on the screen, like I mentioned earlier, we put it there because we are licensed real estate brokers in the area, which means as much as we love to make these videos for you, we like to help you with your real estate needs even more. So feel free to reach out to us if you got any questions about the area, any questions about real estate. We love to chat with you. But that's top 5 neighborhoods in Chapel Hill in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and
thank you so much for watching, and you can continue following along with us on Instagram. If you're an Instagram user, you can find us at The Honeycut Realtors, or you can also find our website, honeycutrealtors.com. So we'd love for you to follow along with us there. But yeah, it's hot, so we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah. Thanks again for tuning in. We will see y'all next time.